watching the monkey.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of The Art of Being with the Act Matrix.
Yes.
And over there, I'll let him introduce himself first.
Hi, buddy. Phil Tenalia.
And I'm Kevin Polk. And we're here to do a follow-up, aren't we?
Yes, we are, Kevin. We really had a lot of fun with an earlier podcast, and we decided that it was so much fun that we wanted to bring this to your attention and share this wonderful little gift that Bill Carlyon shared with us. At the end of the podcast, he had talked about that he had created a song. So Kevin, I'll let you take it from there, because that's kind of why we decided we got to do a podcast part 2.
Yes. So
it'll make sense.
He said he had created a song, and that and Bill did the Monkey Matrix.
Yeah. So go back to if you haven't seen it, go back and listen to the
Go back and
Matrix.
listen to Bill talking about how he developed and uses the Monkey Matrix, and he told us during that he was a singer-songwriter, and so he had written a song that he would have the children sing along with him, called Watching the Monkeys.
Yes.
And Bill probably both said we want that song. So some weeks later, he indeed gave us the recording.
Yeah.
And I asked explicitly, can I share this? And he said, yes, you can. So we are going to share Bill's recording. And if you've heard the intro, well, today, even in listen to this, you heard an intro, and it starts off with Watching the Monkey. Well, that's the beginnings of this song. So without further ado, I will go about finding. Here we go. I got it queued up. Here's Bill. I blow his last name. So Carlyon. Bill Carlyon's Watching the Monkey. This is written and produced and sung and everything.
Yeah. Chief cook and bottle washer. Bill did it all.
By Bill. Here we go. We'll listen to it, then we'll come back.
Watching the monkey, just watching the monkey. Silly, silly monkey. Watching the monkey. Watching the monkey as he chatters in my head. He wants to play a game with me, but I play my own instead. While I'm watching the monkey, I pretend we're in the zoo. He's stuck there in his little cage while I enjoy the view. I just sit here on this bench and smile while he puts on his show. Yes, I'm watching the monkey, just watching the monkey, watching the monkey. He locks me in his cage while he chatters things like give it up and tries to put me in a rage. I'm watching the monkey, but he can't get to me. Screeching out his little stories that I used to believe. But I just sit here on this bench and smile while he puts on his show. Yes, I'm watching the monkey, just watching the monkey. Silly, silly monkey. I'm watching the monkey. Yes, I'm watching the monkey. just watching the monkey. Yes, I'm watching the monkey.
And there
I
you
love that little monkey chat at the end there.
at the end. And so, folks, as described to him by Bill to us, imagine monkeys in the lower half of the matrix, both toward and away.
All right, so I did a very quick.
There, so there we
This
go.
is why I'm a psychologist and not an artist.
Yeah, well, me too. But Phil has a picture up, and there's a little. Let me put it this way: Phil's representation of a monkey on the right.
That's the kindest thing to say. Thank you, Kevin.
and one on the way. We say that because most people think, oh, a monkey that would hook you. Which, think of the old game Barrel of Monkeys. And if you're too young and you haven't seen Barrel of Monkeys, go to a toy store.
Or look them up on Amazon.
Look them up on Amazon. That's true. They're on Amazon. So that's the fastest way. And look up, and indeed, I played with the Barrel of Monkeys.
Me
But
too.
They were all brown then. Apparently now.
Yeah, they're all looking like monkeys. Yeah, they're all brownish, right?
And so now they're multicolored and stuff, and they hook you. The game is that they're like pickup sticks in a way. You hook the monkeys out, and then you hook them and hook. And the idea is to get the entire line of monkeys hooked up. So there's the hook of the bottom part of the matrix, but you can get hooked by toward stuff. And anybody who has looked across the way and seen the love of your life over there, or who you thought might be the love of your life or whatever, and you can get hooked on that, right?
Big time.
It happens, especially when we're teenagers and stuff. We get infatuated, well, that's toward sides kind of stuff. And then, of course, the away stuff that we're all very familiar with, pain and stuff that we want to get away from. We get hooked by that. And either way, they can hook you. And this song is about stepping back away and watching those monkeys. And so that's what the song's about. It's fun. I'm going to do it for tennis because I'm a tennis player. I need to hang tennis rackets up back there, right? I'll hang a tennis racket up next to my guitar, one of my guitars.
Yeah.
And anyways, so because the inner part of a tennis court, the service courts represent the matrix to me. So the lower part would be the monkeys that you can get hooked by. Whoever you are, it would be valuable for you to develop the skill of watching your monkeys instead of being hooked by your monkeys. And Phil and I both know that no matter how much you do this matrixing stuff, you will still get hooked by your monkeys.
Well, those monkeys will keep on dancing.
They're right there all the time.
Yeah.
But the practice is to watch them.
Yeah.
That's ACT terminology, the observer self.
Right.
So, which I think is cool. Probably one of the one or two maybe songs about the observer self.
Yeah.
Out there at ACT lore. So that's one. So anyway, wonderful song. Listen to it. If you really want the MP3, I can get you in touch with Bill.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Or you can download the podcast and then you would just have that piece of it and
take out that piece.
Yeah, that's the simple thing to do, right?
But I would say if you need to have Bill, he's a school psychologist.
Yes, down in Florida.
And he does presentations of where he plays that song live and has now imagine all the kids singing the song with him.
That's the best part. He told us about how he has right.
So instead of Kumbaya, it's watching the monkey. So he has them doing it. He has them play with the monkeys and all that kind of stuff, which is great for the kids. Phil, a fellow, is also a school psychologist, and but
yeah. 2 thumbs up, highly recommended, really good stuff.
Right, and all of us have monkeys. my interest, and I was telling Phil before I came on, is because I'm a tennis player and I will watch tennis matches on the tennis channel and other times, and how often I see very, top tier, top 100 tennis players. The monkeys get them.
Oh yeah.
The monkeys get them, and they lose matches that they ought not lose, and it's the monkeys. And so my interest is working with those folks to help them watch the monkeys instead of get hooked by the monkeys. Of course, in any sport, once the monkey has you hooked, whether you be a golfer, a tennis player, tiddlywink player, or whatever, once the monkey's got you hooked, your skill level plummets.
Yeah.
So, because you're in your head. And in baseball, they call it the yips, right?
Oh yes, very much. Right. Yeah.
So when your monkeys have you, they'll really mess you up. So anyway, we work on that, and we're not. I'm not the only one who works in sort of sports psychology. Well, we already had an MLB, Major League.
Yeah, we had Jim on. Yeah.
Jim on, who works with Major League Baseball players.
Yeah. He was talking about monkeys. He wasn't really using the term monkeys, but he was certainly helping.
He wasn't using
those baseball players notice their monkeys. Yep.
Yeah. Which one monkey is you're fresh, 17, 18, 19-year-old. You're the best who ever was from wherever you're coming from. And you come to your first training camp as a Major League Baseball player and look around and quite quickly realize everyone there is as good as you.
And some may even be better.
Some may even be better. So that's a monkey.
Yeah. That's a big monkey show.
Big monkey that can grab you quick. Yeah. So anyway, just an example of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, Kevin, and then it also extends out into a lot of times with those people, the athletes and stuff like that, they start getting coached up, and now they're paying more attention to that the mental game, right? And then they lose their focus, and you can see it like when they're up at the plate or something like that, and they're trying to think of all the 5 things that the coach or somebody told them to do, and you just look at them and you're going, wait a minute. They don't have a clue up there. And I think very often that's what the case is. They're overthinking a very simple process.
By the way, there's an ACT slide or something that's used in ACT presentations. Maybe they just borrowed it from someplace else, but it's literally a hitter up at the plate with a giant thought cloud.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Of all the different things you ought to be doing. Your feet ought to be
foot in,
your hands ought to be
elbow in, and head
all
cocked down.
And all the while the ball's flying by.
Yeah, bat at a 45-degree angle.
Right. And then, pow, it hits the net.
Strike 2. Oh, man.
You haven't even pulled the trigger. Yeah. On something that was, right in your hitting zone.
Yeah.
But you're froze up because
and they walked away going, how did I miss that? Well, that's how. They were watching the monkeys.
They're watching them, and that's the monkeys. Okay, so to translate back over, though, that thought cloud of all the things you're supposed to be doing, which literally anybody that's played a sport knows it goes from your freaking feet to your head.
Yeah.
And hands and everything of all the things you ought to be doing.
Right.
That you'll be trained. And, you can't do that. The trick is yes, learn all that stuff in practice.
Yep.
And then just let that stuff disappear into you. And then you be one with yourself.
Yeah.
And just in the moment when you go to hit. And of course, it's devilishly hard to do. Certainly you can't do it on purpose.
No.
That's the trick.
But it is repeatable. So the more you can repeat that process, the more you build it up, that process of letting go and being in the moment.
Letting go and being present, and that's watching the monkeys.
Right.
Instead of being with or getting hooked by the monkeys, watch them. So there's many examples of that. But anyway, that's what now in Bill's, of course, he's working with kids who, I don't know if they have behavioral problems or whatever, but
Some of them do, some don't.
And they got stuff at home, and they got
Yeah.
stuff in school, and they
Yeah.
got stuff.
Speaking of school, I mean, and I would also be helping teachers watch their monkeys too, because the monkeys are just not exclusive to the kids.
That's it.
Educators, we got our own monkeys too.
We have all of us. We have our own monkeys, exactly, and get in there. I ought to be doing this. I ought to have total control over this classroom.
And that's a monkey. A fear of loss of control is like a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so. Well, parents get that.
Yeah.
Wow. My kid's messing up. Oh my goodness, I wasn't a perfect parent. What did I do? What did I do wrong?
Really?
How many parents does that show up within? That's a monkey.
Yep.
That can really hit you up too. So there's all kinds of good stuff. And this way you can just go listen to Bill's song, watching the monkey.
And soon, if you listen to it, here's what's going to happen. It's going to be starting to play in the background on you.
Pretty catchy. It really is, especially that watching the monkey. It really comes back to you a lot. It's a cute way of completing this metaphor.
Yeah.
And it's very nice. And I think in acceptance and commitment training therapy realm, I think it's almost unique. That there's a song that represents the metaphor. So the visual metaphors and the spoken metaphors have often been there, but the sung metaphors and like that in an actual, come on, he's a singer-songwriter. It's the real boy. So it's very cool. Certainly, and folks, you see all these guitars? I can't do that. Forget that. These are just stuff that I've collected over the years. I play around with them, but I'm not a singer-songwriter. I can sing in a musical production with the track of being with a bunch of other people who sing really loud. By the way, that's a trick when you're if you ever get invited to be in a musical, sing loud.
Sing loud.
It covers up bad.
Yeah.
Which I'm not particularly bad at a choir. Actually, I can sing, but even then, you want to sing loud. So there you go. We've done Watching the Monkey.
Yeah.
Listen to that. If you want more about it, or Bill doesn't have a website.
No, he doesn't. But get a hold of Kevin or I, and we can put you in touch with Bill if you want to.
We'll introduce you to Bill if you need his services or want him to come to your school. I think that's he wants that to be his retirement gig.
He's moving in a direction with that. Yeah. So
like me.
So part of this is helping Bill get Bill a little bit better known out there too.
Get him going and get him so he can run around Florida singing. Watching the monkey song and he can think of it, folks. It'd be a great assembly or whatever.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It'd be a hoot and a half. He sounds like Mr. Rogers, so it'd be great to come by. I mean, maybe the voice tone isn't Mr. Rogers, but the way he
it's his style. It's his style and his mannerisms and his way of engaging. Yeah,
are very much Mr. Rogers. So you'd want to have him by. So we'll put you in contact with him. But he's a pretty private kind of guy.
Yeah.
He wants to do those things, but he doesn't have a website or anything.
Right.
He's not like Phil and I.
No.
Websites and crap up.
Fire stuff up.
Old fart tennis.
Yeah.
You'll see it. That's what I'm going to put a video up for the poor professional tennis players to get hooked by those monkeys. So, anyways, you can use it, have fun with it, and we'll be back for another show. We're looking for guests. We need to plug something, Phil.
Yes.
Okay. One, we do certification in the ACT Matrix.
Absolutely, we do.
So that would be cool.
We are beginning another round, and we offer it several times a year, so you can jump in at any point when you're ready.
Yeah, definitely jump in.
Yeah.
I even thought we could modify it. We have enough going on in sports psychology. We could probably do some specialty certification.
Oh, I certainly think we can do that. Yes.
And so sports matrix or whatever,
Yeah.
however you want to call it.
To
And
modify for educational purposes too. If those of
educational
you out there in the
purposes, wow.
classrooms and schools and right.
Right. So if you have those kinds of interests, let us know and
Yeah.
modify the certification for that. What else we got going? We need podcast guests.
Well, we would like to get folks on, people like Bill and
Like Bill, right?
yeah,
We know there's
because he got on and he had a way cool time, and and now we're going to help getting, and part of it is help getting stuff out. So if you've got something that you want to get out there, and you're thinking that's a good idea, we're saying, hey, come on board, come on board and talk about it with us, and we'll get it out on a podcast, and you'll have something to point to.
And that's it, right? So, and of course, that's one reason why people get afraid of coming on the podcast, because, oh my God, I'll be out there. But once you're out there, then you can tell your friends and neighbors and future business contacts that, hey, I was a guest on this podcast. That's what he means by something to point to. I was there. So we're definitely in the business of helping people out.
Yeah. So here you go. So you're getting on a podcast, you'll be moving toward possibilities, right? Yeah. Right. But then your monkeys, or your fear monkeys, going to be showing up big time about like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do it wrong, or I have nothing to say, or Phil and Kevin are going to, throw me some weird question. And we are here to say that does not happen at all. That it's really just like we're doing, just a conversation between people
like this. And and all those things that Phil just said, we've actually heard.
Yeah,
he's not making them up. No. People have articulated that to us, and then to find out like, wow, you guys aren't like that. Now we're not confrontational podcast. Or our main thing is to get the ACT matrix out there in as many places as we can, help out people like Bill, help out ourselves too. We don't deny that, but people like Bill and others that want to get out there and do this work, it's very rewarding work.
Yeah.
And
I would even go so far as say it's very needed work in this day and age.
Yeah, in this day and age, it really is.
We need to have respectful, generous conversations with people. So that's part of what we're trying to do here every time we do a podcast, is get more of those kind of conversations out into the world.
Yep, very much so. Oh yeah, very much so. So come on as a guest.
Yeah.
If not, hey, join us for a certification class, or invite us to come speak or whatever. We do that some too. We do
training.
stuff.
We'll come out and do a training for you.
Come out and do a training for you, right? Pretty soon, I'll get my old fart tennis podcast up, and we'll do a show about that.
There you go.
That'll be fun. And then I can highlight more of the sports psychology people that are using it. Several years ago, just to let folks know, first I ever heard of the matrix being used was with a part of the Australian Olympic team. That was 6 or 7 years ago. Well, since then I've collected up 2 or 3 more Olympic teams, a Major League Baseball team, mixed martial arts fighters. It's a lot. The matrix is getting more and more widely used in what would be called sports psychology, sports consulting. So hence my interest in, but sports are big and people watch sports. And if we ever get it so much so that it even gets mentioned in a broadcast or something, well, there you go. We have it's out there even more. So it's way cool. And get more people using it and having constructive conversations about what goes on in people's heads. Monkeys.
The monkeys.
Okay. We'll sign off here.
All right.
I'll end the recording.
Yeah.
Let me say bye-bye all.
Take care.